A teenager drowns while duck hunting. We'll tell you about the incredible effort to save him and his two friends. You're probably warm and cozy inside right now, but some South Georgians are out working in the cold tonight. Some rare winter fun in a summer retreat in Georgia. Who created a homemade luge run? Say it ain't so. Why America's favorite processed cheese may be hard to come by.
Now, in high definition, live, local, late breaking. This is WALB News 10 at 11.
We did have one that was not successful at getting out of the water.
A DNR ranger describes the sad end to a day-long search after a boating accident on Lake Seminole. We've got new details tonight. 2 teenagers remain hospitalized in Donaldsonville tonight, being treated for hypothermia. A community is mourning the loss of their friend. This is 17-year-old Matthew Jernigan. His body was recovered about 5 o'clock this evening. Somehow he and 2 classmates from Southwest Georgia Academy, Payson Trawick and Thomas Vines, were thrown from their boat while duck hunting a little after 8:30 this morning. The other 2 boys swam to a nearby island. They managed to make a brief 911 call that set off a massive search that included more than 20 boats, 3 helicopters, and several planes. Trawick and Vines swam to a nearby island, were spotted by a volunteer helicopter pilot and rescued fairly quickly. Jernigan decided to float on a gas tank and eventually went under. The sheriff urges everyone to wear life jackets on the water to prevent a tragedy like this. An autopsy is scheduled tomorrow at the crime lab in Macon on Jernigan. The DNR continues to investigate. We have been below freezing for 28 straight hours now in Albany, and we've got hours more to go before the weather warms up. While we're warm inside, some folks are working out in the cold tonight. WAOB News 10's Josh Roden is live at a South Albany grocery store with that story.
Ben, a little while. Ben?
Yeah, it should warm up quite a bit, Josh. We'll get details from Yolanda in just a minute. Once again, the Albany Rescue Mission is providing extra space to make sure the homeless have a place to sleep tonight. The mission provides a meal and Bible study every night. On nights like this, when the shelter is packed, they let folks sleep in the chapel. One man told us without the mission, he'd be sleeping outside and battling that dangerous cold weather. The rescue mission depends on donations. Find out how you can help at WAOB.com. New at 11, a homeless man died from hypothermia overnight in Columbus. 51-year-old Paul Garner was found dead in a vacant lot just steps away from a homeless shelter. Tonight, city officials there amped up efforts to encourage homeless people to seek shelter. Garner's high school classmates in Columbus are looking into raising money to give him a proper burial. New video tonight of a whiteout in New York. Check out this long stretch of the New York Thruway that was shut down today. 18 inches of snow fell in many areas of the state, and the forecast calls for twice that amount before the storm system passes late tomorrow. Well, this is a live look at downtown Atlanta, where it is another frigid night. This morning's record low of 6 degrees was the lowest temperature recorded in the state capital in 18 years. And check out the problem caused by that frigid weather. Firefighters in Cobb County couldn't get water from a hydrant because it was frozen solid. Luckily, their trucks carry a reserve. Wind chills in the Atlanta area this morning dipped to about 15 below zero. Albany firefighters battled a house fire in the 2300 block of South Madison Street this morning when the temperature was 17 degrees. They have to be careful not to slip on icy patches if the water freezes, but they say their turnout coats are warm, and working in this cold is actually less stressful than fighting fires during Albany summers. South Georgia firefighters don't use antifreeze chemicals in their water in their trucks because it's rarely cold enough to justify the expense. Meals on Wheels volunteers are providing an extra service, making sure seniors are safe during the extreme cold as they deliver their meals. Despite the cold, a lot of seniors enjoyed their daily lunch at the Sewega Council on Aging Senior Center on Pine Avenue, though the crowd was a little smaller than usual. The Council on Aging serves nearly 190,000 meals every year. A major change may be coming for pit bull owners in Albany, what city commissioners are discussing. Plus, we'll tell you about new security measures put in place at Seminole County schools following that brutal beating of a teacher. And the season of giving isn't over just yet for one organization. We'll show you the surprise they gave a South Georgia girl battling cancer. Albany City Commissioners are scheduled to vote Monday on a tough new pit bull ordinance. Today, they discussed the proposal with the city attorney. It would require owners to register their pit bulls and have liability insurance coverage. It also outlines exactly what type of enclosures pit bulls must be kept in. The commission gave the public a chance to raise concerns today before the scheduled vote. City Attorney Nathan Davis says commissioners asked him to draft the ordinance after a couple of pit bull attacks last year. An update tonight following a Seminole County mother's sentencing for attacking a teacher at the elementary school in Donaldsonville. We showed you this video of the attack on Dr. Louise Royal last night following the sentencing hearing for Neotha Fed. Today, the school superintendent told us the system implemented new security measures following the attack. Royal suffered lasting injuries and still can't work. Fed was sentenced to 20 years in prison and 15 on probation. New at 11, an Albany girl had a huge surprise waiting for her in her backyard this evening. Team Summer is a nonprofit group that connects kids with cancer to each other and provides special individualized gifts to children battling cancer. Today, volunteers built this play set for Hannah Kate Collins. She saw the finished product this evening. Hannah Kate has leukemia. Her parents say they're grateful for the donation. The family travels to Atlanta every Monday for Hannah Kate's cancer treatments. Did you make some of that delicious Velveeta cheese dip for your holiday gatherings? Did you eat a lot of it? Come on, be honest. Well, if so, maybe you're to blame for this. Kraft Foods announced today customers may not be able to find Velveeta products over the next few weeks. They say shortages happen from time to time. It's more noticeable now because of increased seasonal demand. We'll update tomorrow's school closings because of the cold coming up in about 8 minutes and see how zookeepers at Cheehaw kept busy today even though the wild animal park was closed and find out when it'll reopen.